Yeah, we're back, but we're not fucking back, man. It's over, bro. It's over.
We
But
cooked.
yeah, yeah, slightly cooked. I mean, we had some losses to realize yesterday, or at least for me, I realized a few losses, but it's all manageable, I would say. It kind of hurts. It's annoying, but can live with it. Portfolio still up, so up pretty well, I would say. So I'm not complaining. But yeah, recently it's been like, what the fuck is going on? We don't know. We're sitting here trying to figure out what the direction is, if we're going to go sideways now, or if we will even see 600, or yeah, it's been really really tough to figure out what is going on. But these markets, man, really untradeable. It's back into, it feels like we're back into just buy everything like an idiot. If you look at Tesla, it's rallying insane again. If you look at Nvidia, it started rallying again. It feels like it's a every dip gets bought. We're getting like back into this before 2025 where just be dumb and buy everything, no matter the valuation, just go long. It doesn't matter. It feels like we were getting into that, but now, yeah, now it's like, are we gonna go above 600, where we have the gamma level, the monthly call wall, or are we gonna reject again? It's really really tough, man. But yeah, what about you? What do you think? What's been going on?
Bro, I'm doing good. Like after the short we had at the beginning of the year, I put my entire portfolio in T-bills and chill. So I'm doing good, but on the small portfolio, I'm cooked. So the loss, it's not doesn't hurt at all, but the problem is mentally, I'm cooked. It's like sitting behind the charts trying to find out what we can do.
Yeah.
We have $100,000 portfolio that we manage. It's a quite small one, and we are down like 3% on it this month. It's still okay, like 3K, it's still manageable. It's all good. It's not that big, not that tough. But there was no follow through. And if you look at the portfolio, like it's paper cuts, losing
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
couple,
A few
like
hundred here, a
it's
few hundred
small.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we've had some various ideas. We get into the idea, it starts working, or it's difficult to get in at the start, and it's, yeah, yeah, it's these small
there's no
losses
follow
that
through.
piled up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you cut the loss. So the best thing to do in such times where like first things first, you don't want to lose big amount of money on a position where you don't have any conviction on it. This is the first thing, because this will piss you off. This will kill you inside if you lose giant amount of money, big money, let's say 10 grand, 5 grand, 2 grand, 3 grand, even more, depending on the size you trade, on a position where you don't have any conviction on it, just because you see a technical break or technical setup and you try to trade it. And secondly, in times like this, I just said it yesterday to the traders. I'm very proud that we managed to survive and take some small losses this month, where basically there was no follow through in anything. We tried gold, no follow through. We tried the euro, dollar long, there was no follow through. We tried the BTC breakout all time high. Okay, we didn't take the trade because I was very cautious. There's also the no follow through. So it's quite tough. And it's okay to be flat. Cash is also a position. Sometimes you sit on your hands and you wait. And it feels like the market, like assets, if you look at the dollar, it's trading in sideways range. Gold also like doing lower highs of 3,500, but still holding the moving averages. Feels like the market is waiting for some catalyst to do the next leg up or down.
The
So you
next
gotta
Trump
prepare
news.
for it. Oh man, bro, what's going on with these court news? Like this shit is insane. They stop it, they keep it, they stop it, they keep it. And here's the thing, now this will be very bad for because you have inside the administration or inside America, you have a war going, Trump against the court, and then if you are China or if you are the EU trying to make a deal, you would look at this and say, why would I do a deal if the judge
Yeah.
is rejecting his tariff? So I would wait up for 3 years, 4 years, and then this guy is gone and business is casual.
This is the
And
same thing that Apple seems like they're doing. Like Trump is saying, all right, Apple, you have to produce in the US. Apple is saying there is no fucking way that we will have enough, that it will be cheap enough or that it's possible to produce in the US. So they might just say, all right, 3 years, we'll take whatever Trump puts up on us, like we'll take whatever tariffs or whatever punishment he puts on Apple, and then it's over and then it's back to business as usual. And then same thing, yeah. If the countries see that Trump's tariffs are being fought within the US, like the courts fighting against the Trump administration, um, it's like, what Trump keeps saying all the time. Like these are some rigged judges that fight against the Republicans or against his administration. So if there's like this infighting within the US, and it's not even sure whether the tariffs will even stick, then countries, the EU or like the European Union or China or whoever might just think, all right, let him fight. He doesn't even have. It seems like he doesn't even have the rights or the power to put these tariffs on. So why should we make a deal which will be worse for us and better for the United States if he doesn't even have this like all right, if he doesn't even have the leverage, you know?
yeah, so it feels like the tariff uncertainty is back. You got a Moody downgrade. But on the other side, there's a lot of bullish catalysts like the deficit increase with this tax bill will
Mm.
go from 7
Also
to
the
8%.
earnings, really, the
Yeah,
earnings, the companies. Looking at, for example, like we got the big one, Nvidia,
let's talk
and
Nvidia. Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, let's talk Nvidia.
exactly. This makes adds to the point. So Nvidia, they had a huge write-off because they no, now there's new restrictions on the H20 chips or on chips to China in general. So they can't export the H20 chips. And for everyone who doesn't know, the H20 chip was the chip that Nvidia designed specifically in order to comply with the export restrictions. So this means that they built this chip or designed this chip especially only for China because this chip was exactly the minimum requirement or the maximum which was possible with the US export restrictions or the chip export restrictions. Now it is forbidden for them to export the H20 chip to China as well. So they have a huge amount of or not a huge amount, but they have an amount of inventory of this H20 chips which they can't sell to China, and there's no other customers, or at least there is not the same amount or volume of customers who want to buy the H20 chip. So now they had a big write-off, which lowered their EPS, which lowered their earnings. But no matter that, like they still had an earnings beat, they still had crazy growth. They still said, all right, there's so much demand. Um, Even with this write-off in the H20 chip, there's still so many people looking to buy Nvidia chips that it doesn't even matter. So they still have crazy good earnings. Yes, growth is slowing. We're not seeing the same exponential growth that we were seeing right in the beginning. But if there's a chart of the just the revenue of Nvidia, and it's insane. It still looks like a exponential growth. So yeah, the earnings came in really well, and even though they had not on the earnings call, Jensen Wang was talking. Yeah, China is one of the most important AI markets as well. I think he said the biggest amount or the largest amount of AI researchers come from China. So it's a huge AI market, and they just lost the market with their H20 chips, but still even though this is a big hit, they still managed to make a lot, like make grow bigger and bigger, have so many demands, so many orders coming in. So yeah, the earnings of them are really good. There's
Yeah,
still so
so
much AI demand.
here's the thing on the chart. If you look at it, like since last year, May, it's still like in this 140 to 90 range. It's looking like we talk a little bit technical analysis, looking like a distribution pattern. So either we're gonna
Yeah,
see
this kinds
some
of
continuation,
consolidation, and then we get
yeah,
another directional move. Yeah. Yeah,
direction,
and the thing is,
either
what
up or
Nvidia,
down.
yeah, what Jensen Huang in the earnings call said, the so we have these new AI models, the reasoning models. Like, firstly, before we had ChatGPT, which was just a chatbot. It had like you ask it and then it answers you something. Yeah, it thinks and it in this large language model, it looks for the right answer and so on. But now we have the another big progress with these reasoning models. For example, DeepSeek has a reasoning model. If you look at Grok, it has a reasoning model. Um, these models that take up so many more tokens. The tokens are what these chatbots. It's like, for example, if you buy a chatbot, it's like the currency. You need, I don't know, 500 tokens for so and so many prompts that you want to put in. And these reasoning models, they take up so much, like so many more tokens than the normal chatbots or the normal LLMs. So Jensen Huang still said, all right, there's this huge exponential growth now with the reasoning models, which take more tokens. And then the next model will take even more tokens. So he was still saying, all right, we still see this exponential growth in the demand for AI data centers, for the computing power, for the GPUs, in order to create these tokens, which will be in higher demand because uh, each next version of the large language model of the LLM will require, I don't know, twice or three times, four times the amount of tokens that the last one needed. And then the next one will again need three, four times the amount of tokens that the last one needed. So um, he's still talking about this, all right? The models get better and better, but they need more and more tokens, so more and more computing power, and therefore there's still more and more and more and more demand for the AI GPUs, the chips, the data centers, the servers, and so on. Yeah.
I was lately talking to one of the quants here at STO, and he was telling me at some point the prom is going to be so big that they can deliver, and this is the point where the bubble is going to burst. Till then, now we see these rebuild of promise, and even if you see the average user of these models, they are getting better and better, and you start to realize, shit's good. And
Mm.
then you start building higher expectation. At some point in the reality, this will hit you. It's not gonna deliver the thing that you expect.
Yeah, the question is
And,
until when this will be. Like, at any
well,
point
no,
there
bro.
will be, yeah, at some point, yes, it will start, this growth will start slowing down. The everything will start like getting the expectation will be too high. But the question is, at what point is this? Like, for now, it looks like we're just gonna keep growing and growing.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about FX. Um, we got some data from Germany and the EU. We saw some employment change claims ticking up in Germany, and basically you got one country, let's say the EU as a country is stimulating. It keeps cutting, keep cutting, keep cutting. And then after the 50% tariff announcement from Trump last week on Friday, market priced in another rate cut from the ECB. So I was thinking, what do you think about shorting the DAX here? We are up like 30% year to date.
Yeah, it's a
Because
it's
at
a difficult one, but
some point
the
this capital got to leave the EU and return back to somewhere.
The question is, so if you look at the spread, the DAX futures versus the ES futures, there's still such a huge catch-up play. Like, it has to catch up so much because the US obviously outperformed everything in the last years, the last decade. Everything was outperformed in the US, and Europe or Germany has been, yeah, getting slaughtered or has just not seen any growth, not seeing any proper momentum. So this long DAX is just a huge catch-up play to the US markets. And now with the new German government saying, all right, We will keep stimulating the economy. We will keep, there's various things. So these 500 million for infrastructure and so on, this is huge stimulus. So the whole economy will get huge stimulus, and not million, 500 billion um, and
billion,
then
billion.
yeah, exactly. Not 500 million. That would be nothing, but the 500 billion, this will be a huge amount of stimulus. Then the even more money that is put into defense spending because now the Europe finally woke up and saw, all right, we can't always rely on the US. We have to get our own defense spending up. This is why you see Rheinmetall, RHM, trading at like 2000 euros or so. Like it's insane. This rally, the stock looks like a it looks like a meme stock. If you look at it on the monthly, it looks like a Trump coin or some shit. But yeah, just looking at the chart, look at the monthly, it's insane. It's 1900 euros right now. And yeah, a few months ago it was like, I don't know, 500.
And let's
So,
talk about Trump here. What the guy just announced some doing some convertible bonds to buy Bitcoin.
oh,
So this
everybody's now doing
Ponzi,
the MicroStrategy Ponzi scam or whatever, or not Ponzi scheme, but the MicroStrategy scam now. Yeah,
bro, I
it's crazy.
just read an article that some Saudi fund also doing these XRP treasury. I didn't understand anything like this, only wording, putting something here, something there,
Yeah,
XRP treasury convertible models. Shit's cooked. I don't
but
know what
they
to
they
say.
they got fucked here on this announcement. I see that they from the highs of the scandal, they are down like 20% or so from this announcement.
DJT.
Yeah, but yeah, this is again,
Yeah, you gotta wait.
we're back into this everybody's stupid and no matter what, just buy it. It's all about hype. It's all about Michael Saylor pumping up Bitcoin. It's all about making these huge promises. It's all about Nvidia saying we have exponential growth in this demand for tokens. So
Another thing, guess what's back also, bro? The robo-taxi promise from Elon Musk.
yeah, Elon Musk now there was an announcement for Tesla. We have some full self-driving in Austin or some shit. They're starting the robo taxi. Yeah, it's back to stupid world.
Meanwhile, you got BOJ starting its QT process, tapering its bond purchases. And we saw a huge surge in bond yields in Japan, 30-year. And
Bro,
then here's
MUFG
what
is at
happened.
14 nearly.
Yeah, I am long the Japanese banks. Like I bought it $12, 50, 11.50. But here's the thing. We got the BOJ um, stopping its or slowing down its purchasing on the long end of the curve. Like they have done this yield curve control. And then we went long the yen because this is they are trying to strengthen their currency. This will kill inflation because we got also today the inflation reading 3.6%, still running high. So if they strengthen the yen, they can import cheaper oil, cheaper
Yeah.
energy, and this will kill inflation. And guess what happened? Next day, on Monday, I wake up, we stopped out of the yen, everything was working. Why? Because the Minister of Finance came out and they suggested lowering down the supply of issuance. And welcome to global macro 2025. You can't do anything. You start to build a thesis, and then there's the counter argument, the price reject, and then you trade sideways. Unless you are a scalper, even scalping these markets is quite difficult because you gotta know where the market's going first. And second, if there is any news that drops out while you're in the trade, you're completely destroyed.
This is the whole thing.
I,
If you try to be actively in the market every day now, it's back to Trump saying this and that. Has kind of slowed down. It's not like every single day we get a new news, but it's still the same thing. Every other day or so and so often, Trump just says something, and then the whole market reacts crazily. So yeah,
so right now, like on equities, we are flat. I don't have no opinion anymore. If you
yeah,
asked me a
it's really
couple weeks
difficult to
ago, I would
say.
say I'm long. Now, I don't. I'm not short. I'm not long. Shorting here is quite tough because I would short if I see VIX at 15. VIX is still trading at 19. If we see VIX trading 15, I would start thinking of hedging portfolios or maybe even start placing bearish bets.
Mm.
Uh, on the bond side, I'm not short bonds anymore. I'm not long bonds anymore. I don't have no opinion because you have a 30-year sitting at near 5% and we're trading in this range. Um, we got also a couple news from other banks, like in the UK, they also started now issuing T-bills to finance the debt. Everyone is walking down the duration curve. No one wants duration. They start issuing on the short-term debt. And like on the other side, if you short bonds, you got the government. They can get out one headline and then you are blown out of the position. And the risk reward shorting here at 5%, quite quite tough. FX, I don't know. Dollar trading in the range, bro, it's insane. Like you see this behavior of sell America trade. We see dollar trading lower, equities trading lower, bonds trading lower for one day. And then on the next day, we reverse and the dollar's still sideways. We I remember we were long the dollar. We made good money on it. We saw no follow through, and then we stepped back. Gold is doing its thing, and you got oil trading 60s all every like
Yeah.
60, 63. There's nothing going on. I would say T-bills and chill. And I think midsummer we will start having T-bills and chill, bro. I think midsummer we will have some big action when these 90 days tariffs and this debt debacle where with debt ceiling refinancing and so now I think the market's gonna stay no man's land. It
Yeah.
feels like
Sideways.
it it feels like the markets are waiting for some catalyst to move. Problem is we don't know what. And here's the thing, in macro, usually we stay flat for months, maybe 1, 2, even 3 months sometimes. There's nothing going on in markets. Everything is boring. And then all of a sudden, in one day, you get a catalyst and the market starts moving like insane, like crazy. Fast moves, every market's moving, gold is moving, oil is moving, bonds moving. And then we back in the trenches trying to figure out where to position the best and where to catch up. This is trading 2025, bro. What's your call
Oh,
for the next 3 months? What do you think? What's the best thing to do? Where
man.
if you had to place one bet and go in a coma for 3 months, what's the thing that you would buy?
High or short?
Buy or short? What's your call?
Mm, man, it's really tough to say. My go-to is always short Tesla. Um, um, but for 3 months, I have no clue, man. Um, it's really tough to say. That it's insane. It's no, I have no idea if there's anything that's going to move crazy. But I kind of want to short Tesla and maybe short MSTI. Short the crypto scam that from Michael Saylor. But yeah, it's really difficult. I can't really say to be honest. So unfortunately, obviously, this is all not financial advice. But I can't. No idea.
I would say T-bills or gold. T-bills or gold are the best, in my opinion. It's not financial advice. Again, in my opinion, T-bills or gold for the next 3 months. Um, like on gold, either you break down these moving average because you are trading above the 9 day, the 20 day, and the 50 day, and you got this entire debt and fiscal problems globally. We, so gold should strengthen. It's quite tough because we are up like 25% year to date or 20%. I think a break above 500 could be possible. And I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it to break about 3,500 or just T-bills. T-bills, man. Like take the money and
Stay in cash pretty much, yeah.
gotta do the work. Here's the thing, like gotta do the work, gotta put in the research, you gotta um, follow the economic data, and then once we see some move, we position the portfolios.
Yeah. Bro, what I saw, you remember I keep talking about Tiger Brokers. They reported earnings just now, like half an hour or 1 hour ago, and they are growing so insane, bro. If like they have such insane growth, it's really, really crazy. Um, so maybe looking into some growth stocks or stocks like some you have to find something interesting. Like the big stocks, it's difficult to trade, but finding some smaller stocks, some small caps or so, which have some interesting growth stories, then yeah. But
We see nuclear taking off lately.
yeah, if you look at these kind of like the different like hype
SMR.
sectors, yeah, stuff has been going crazy. Like quantum has been going crazy, but I think quantum yesterday was a red day for them. Like IonQ down 10%, QBTS down 7%, the rest also down 7 to 10%. So yesterday was a bad day for these like hype kind of stocks. But yeah, nuclear has been going crazy. This nuclear story is a really interesting one because it's connected with the AI demand because all these data centers they need so much energy, and this energy has to come from somewhere, and these nuclear stocks will could provide, or the nuclear generators could provide this energy. Mm. But yeah, other stuff, no, the robotics, together with Tesla growing on this hype. So yeah, maybe it's more of a find some small stocks, interesting names, with like interesting stories, and then you can make some money there. But yeah, the big
It's
stocks
a tactical
difficult.
it's a tactical market. Um, if you take only the big like for gold, oil, bonds, you are not going to find anything. You gotta dive deep and cut your risk, trade tactically. It's quite tough to trade right now. So, um, bro, what's going on with housing in the United States? I was looking yesterday of the reading that we got. Insane. I'm putting some research right now on these housing because if you look at the home builders, um, killed, REITs killed, everything is killed. Housing has been the stocks lately. If you look at Toll Brothers, TOL,
Yeah.
from 170 down to like 105. It's quite significant. So maybe we'll talk about it in the next pod. But
I am still long Chinese housing. Uh,
still long.
still long
Damn.
Chinese
Oh
housing.
shit. Yes.
Yeah,
It has
bro.
been long.
It's
You have been talking about this since last year, right?
yeah. I'm still it's working fine. The house pricing index, which is one of the it's difficult because there's not so much data on it on the Chinese market, or there's more like data in Chinese and shit. So you have to, I don't know, translate some Chinese documents in order to get data on the Chinese markets. But yeah, the it looks like recovery from this crisis. Um, we've been kind of or developing in line with the analyst expectations, which were saying, all right, middle of 25 to the end of 25, a recovery in the Chinese housing market. I remember reading an article by Goldman Sachs talking about that. So I'm still long Chinese housing. Looking for, I've been talking about it since also end of last year, looking for long in the Chinese telecom. So yeah, I think in China there's an interesting market. There's some crazy development, not the global markets, like the if you talk about like Baidu and these like Chinese, I think what are called the Chinese dragon stocks or something like this. More the local economy, which is insulated from the tariffs. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff there. Yeah, well, with that being said, maybe you have something to add. I'm not sure. But
No, everything is fine. Everything's good. That's it.
yeah, so I hope everybody had a successful trading week, maybe slightly more successful than us even. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody has a successful trading week next week and for the coming month. And with that being said, we'll see you all in the next podcast. Bye bye.